children. Now in this video we will study about exogenic force and work of different agents like river, glacier, sea waves and wind in the formation of different types of landforms. Before we start, let us discuss about exogenic force. As we have studied earlier, exogenic force is the force which occur on the surface of the earth by different agents like water, wind, ice, etc. Now these landscape is being continuously worn away by two processes, weathering, erosion and deposition also. Now weathering, it is breaking up of rock on the earth surface. It creates rock fragment. Erosion, it is the wearing away of landscape by different agents. As we have discussed, water, wind, ice, glacier, etc. Now these agents, what they do, they erode the surface and they carried and transport these sediments and deposit. Due to this erosion and deposition, different types of landforms are formed. Now we will discuss each and every landforms in detail. First of all, we will talk about river. Now see here, river originate from the snow-covered mountains. Now river is having three courses: upper course, middle course, lower course. In upper course, erosion activity is more, whereas in middle course erosion as well as deposition activities goes parallel, whereas in lower course depositional activity increases. Now see the different features formed by river. First, that is waterfall. Waterfall is formed when river tumbles at a steep angle over a hard rock or down a steep valley side. You can see the peak of waterfall. This is waterfall, children. Now come to the next, that is Oxbow Lake. As river moves on plain area, it twists and turns. Due to twisting and turning, loop bends are formed. When these loop bends become deeper and deeper, these loops cut off by the river, and this led to the formation of Oxbow Lake. You can see this river is twisting and turning, forming like loop. One side erosion, another side deposition. Again one side erosion, deposition. When this loop bend became very deep due to deposition activity, the river is loop is cut off, and in this way Oxbow Lake is formed. Floodplain, when river overflow its bank, the neighboring areas get flooded, and when the river floods, it deposits a fine layer of new sediment known as alluvial soil, and this led to the formation of flat and fertile plain. Leaves, the raised bank of the river, due to overflowing it makes a leaf, or you can say a natural embankment. Now see the pics here. This is floodplain area, children, and this is leaf. The raised embankment naturally formed by the river is known as leaves. Here you can see these are the deposition of sediment. Now this is again you can see this is Oxbow Lake. You can see this loop like structure formed by river, and this is waterfall. Now when river enters the lower course, it forms Oxbow Lake, as well as river deposit the sediment in between its course, leading to the formation of riverine island. So these are riverine islands, though it is not mentioned in your course, but you should know. And this is Oxbow Lake. Now when river come close to the sea or ocean, its carrying capacity decreases, and river deposited the sediment along its course, and due to deposition of sediment, river streams divided into number of branches or number of distributaries, lead to the formation of delta at the mouth of river. Now come to the next features, that is work of glacier. Glaciers are found generally at high altitude, snow covered mountain. Now what are glaciers? They are river of ice. Now in your book only moraine is given, but there are so many features which are formed by glaciers. You can see here horn, artery, circle, glacier, glacier lake and moraine. What is moraine, children? You can see moraine, these are formed by deposition of the material which is carried by the glacier such as rocks, pebbles, silt, etc. The glaciers, you see this slide, role of ice in erosion and deposition. The glaciers are river of ice that too erode the landscape by bulldozing the soil and stone to expose the solid rock below. They create deep holes which become a lake. Then you can see glacier moraine. These are formed by the deposition of material carried by glacier such as rock. Now children, you can see here, this is glacier lake and this is moraine. These are the sediment which is deposited by the glaciers. Now come to the next, that is work of sea. Work of sea. Sea waves continuously strike the rocks and lead to many formations. Like you can see here, sea waves, the erosion and deposition by water in the form of sea waves lead to the formation of coastal land forms. Now, sea cave. Sea waves continuously strike at the rock, crack, develop, and they become larger and wider. Thus, hollow-like caves are formed on the rock known as sea caves. You can see here, sea cave. See, the sea waves are striking this rock and they deepen this rock, lead to the formation of sea caves. And due to continuous striking of rock, the backside roof also washed away. And this lead to the formation of sea arch. And due to continuous erosion, what happened? The top of the roof also get eroded and only the wall remains. And this wall is known as tuff. Now we will see in detail definition. Now sea arch, as this cavity became bigger and bigger, only the roof of the cave remained, thus forming sea arch. Then come to stack. When erosion breaks the roof also, only wall left and that wall is known as stack. Sea cliff. Sea cliffs, they are steep rocky coast rising almost vertical above sea water, is known as sea cliff. You can see the peak of sea cliff here. Children, this is sea cliff and this is sea stack. Now, due to deposition activity of sea waves, beaches are formed. The sediment which is eroded by the sea waves, these sediments are deposited also somewhere, and this led to the formation of sea beaches. Sea beaches is the example of depositional activity of sea waves. You can see here sea beaches. Now, role of wind in erosion. Children, we have studied about water, we have studied about glacier, we have studied about the sea wave. Now come to the last topic, that is the erosional activity of wind. Wind to form different types of features like mushroom rock. Wind erode the lower section of the rock more than the upper part. Therefore, such rock have a narrow base and wider top. You can see here in this pic, this is mushroom rock. The lower part is eroded more by the wind than the upper. So upper parts remains the same and lower part become narrow, and this resemble like a mushroom rock. Now sand dunes. When wind blow, it lift and transport sand from one place to another, and when it stop blowing, sand fall and get deposited in a low hill like structure called sand dune. Next is loess. When grain of sand are very fine and light and wind carried it over a large distance, when such sand is deposited in a large area, it is called loess. Large deposition of loess is found in China. Now children, you can see the pic here. This is sand dune. Okay, sand dune in the shape of crescent, known as crescent sand dune. Then you can see crescent shaped sand dune are known as Barkan also. Then loess, these are the fine sand deposited over a large area. Clear? Now these are some features. This is the depositional features of wind, and this is erosional plus deposition both. And mushroom rock, these are the erosional features of wind. Here erosional activity lead to this type of feature. Now let us recapitulate the chapter. I hope the chapter is clear. Now see, first question, what are the two main kind of forces that act on the earth? Yes, two forces are endogenic and exogenic. Now, what are the agents responsible for erosion? So many agents like water, wind, glacier, sea waves, etc. What is volcano? Volcano is a vent through which hot molten magma comes out. Now give reason. Some rocks have a shape of mushroom. Why? Because wind erode the lower section of the rock more than the upper part, and this led the lower section very narrow and upper part broad, which resemble like mushroom. Next, sea cave are turned into sea stack due to continuous erosion, striking of sea waves on rock and continuous erosion of rock lead to the cavity, and when this cavity become bigger and bigger and bigger and the roof of the cavity also eroded, this led to the formation of stack. From wind from sea cave lead to the formation of sea stack and sea arches and then to sea stack. Now come to floodplains. They are very fertile. Why? Because every year when river get flooded, river deposit a fine layer of sediment, new sediment, which make the soil very fertile, hence leading to the formation of flat and fertile land. How are beaches formed? The beaches are depositional activity of sea waves. Due to deposition of the sediment brought by the sea wave, this lead to the formation of beach. Oxbow Lake, children, as river enters the plain, it twists and turn and lead to the formation of deep bend or loop-like structure, one side erosion and one side deposition, and due to this activity, the loop cut off and this led to the formation of Oxbow Lake. Thank you, children.